Yes, certainly it does. Whether it's good advertising or bad advertising, it certainly works. I mean, a great advert people remember and people talk about.
I really do think advertising works. I think it's a very powerful force.
I wouldn't buy absolutely everything because not everything's worth buying, but most things that have good advertising to them makes me want to ask my mum or dad to buy it for me.
I think effective advertising can work wonders.
I think it does, otherwise people would not spend their money doing it.
You want your name to be the first and foremost that's in their mind.
What do I want from advertising? Sometimes to be left alone from advertising. I do think that it's just so present all the time. The ads are everywhere. You can't buy a book without an ad. You can't buy a magazine without an ad. You can't buy a newspaper without an ad. It's just ads everywhere.
What do I want from advertising? If I'm truthful, I want them to leave me alone. I really don't want advertisers annoying me.
I think that advertising does work, but it works in a sort of strange way. You don't actually ever fully notice or pay attention to an ad, but on some subconscious level, it sticks in your mind and you remember things.
No, it just gives me more information about if I'm considering a purchase. It'll give me more information to help in the purchase decision.
Well, it's been happening for so long that, obviously it works. Yeah, I think so. Given that if it's the right product and it suits the product, then yes, absolutely, humour does work.
Well, I know I like it and a lot of my friends like it just because we're kids and we find things that are funny, obviously.
Like, humour definitely works in advertising. You don't want to be bored when you're watching an ad, and you're not going to pay any attention to it if you're bored, and it's not going to be effective. So yeah, I'd say it does.
If you're using humour and people are repeating the gag, then that's actually, it's like the ad is bigger than the 30 seconds on TV. It actually comes into people's lives.
So certainly things like that get people thinking. You're not necessarily displaying the product or selling the product there and then, but you're getting people talking about a particular thing.
The creative advertisements simply because it sticks in my head.
And sometimes you'll watch an ad and it'll be an entertaining ad, but you'll have no idea what the product is that they're advertising.
So if I take TV advertising as an example, if it's entertaining enough, I'll watch it to enjoy it, but I won't change my mind about whether or not I decide to buy it. So for example, I might see a really funny advert about a Mercedes-Benz motor car, but if I don't like Mercedes-Benz, it's not going to change my behaviour to go and buy a Mercedes-Benz.
And they're really bland and there's nothing exciting or like funny about them. There's no colour, there's no humour, there's no like real expression and feeling in it.
Really home brand kind of ads where you can tell it's like the store owner just screaming down the camera.
Annoying ads. I remember an old one that used to have this voiceover going, "Where do you get it?" and all this sort of stuff. It was just so annoying. So I find those pretty bad.
Any ad where you've got somebody standing in front of you screaming down to their phone or a whingy, whiny voice is the worst, and I'll turn it off there and then.
I think subtle advertising is better than that type of stuff.